Hello and welcome back to Tournament 28 of Halo Ninja Warrior. 50 competitors have taken on the first ever winter-themed tournament, and the snowfall has not phased our jumpers. 6 competitors have already defeated Stage 1, which is the most we've ever seen from the first half of the competition. Now, 50 more competitors of varying skill levels will attempt to join those 6 on Stage 2. Among those 50 are all 3 competitors who defeated the Ultra Crazy Cliffhanger in the last tournament, as well as the course's most experienced jumpers. Anyone who defeats this stage will get one step closer to the ultimate goal of total victory and the $100 grand prize. Let's head to the start line to see who's ready to rise to the challenge. Well, we're halfway through Stage 1. Things are going very well so far. Let's see if RolyPolyPanda can keep it up. And last tournament's first place finisher is going back to Stage 3 with 11 seconds left. She was definitely one of the top competitors on HNW The Rock. It's time to see if those skills translate. It didn't work out too well for D-Chan. He went out on the curtain slider. Let's see where RolyPolyPanda can get. Right now, she is jumping to the 4th step on the dome steps. So far, so good, and she is through it. Now it is time for the curtain slider. Definitely a massive jump in difficulty for the second obstacle. Let's see. She's lining it up. She jumps. She goes for it. She's got the grapple. And oh no, she misses the ball. And another curtain slider victim. That obstacle is taking out a lot of jumpers. But next up, we've got Dnjlly. She was also on HNW The Rock. Beat Stage 1 a couple times. So let's see how she does today. Barely got on to the first step of the dome steps, but this obstacle had never really been much of an issue. Only 9 failures on it across the 2 tournaments that it's been in. Now Dnjlly is through it as well. Can she get the curtain slider? She's gonna line it up. Dnjlly going for that grapple. She jumps. She reaches it. Can she get the ball? Yes, she can. Dnjlly has got the curtain slider. Never mind. She goes off to the side. She grappled the ball and launched herself, but steered too far to the left. That is an awful way to fail that obstacle. Oh, that brings us on to ChuChu, another HNW The Rock competitor. Another one who got a couple of Stage 1 clears. ChuChu is onto the dome steps. Taking it nice and slow. Very slow. There is a time limit. You can't see it when you're doing the run, but it's there. ChuChu going for the last step. Can he get it? Nice late jump there, and he's on to the last step. Now he just needs to make the dismount, and he does. ChuChu. No one from HNW The Rock has beaten the curtain slider yet. Can ChuChu be the first? He is lining it up just like all the others did. Seems to be the preferred technique to reach it. He does reach it. He grapples, and he misses the ball as well. My goodness, that curtain slider is a menace. Now we're on to Toxic Rush. This newcomer from the UK. His first shot at the course. Time for the dome steps. Toxic Rush doing good so far. Can we see someone after Double Ump beat the curtain slider? It's been a while. Toxic goes for it. He does get the grapple, and he gets the ball. Will he actually make the dismount? Yes, he does. It is time for the piano keys. He gets the second. Toxic Rush onto the third. Very good timing right here. He destroys the piano keys. That is textbook technique. Now the circle slider. Oh, he jumped straight over to the first ring. All right, well, Toxic Rush. At least we saw someone get past the curtain slider, but it was not the best circle slider attempt. Now we're moving on to MightyMax80. This veteran back for his 10th appearance. In the last tournament, he failed the flying shoot. Now Mighty Max is on to the dome steps, and finally we're seeing someone pick up the pace a little bit. It's been slow these last few runs, but Mighty Max makes quick work of the dome steps, and now he is on to the curtain slider. He doesn't get the grapple! Mighty Max out on the second obstacle of Stage 1. This competitor who has been to Stage 3 multiple times on this course, and now He is out very early on stage 1. That is another disappointing run for Mighty Max. Following that run, we saw FunMonkey also go out on the curtain slider. No one having a lot of luck with that obstacle. ohiofarmer couldn't get to the second step on the dome steps. iStringy did make it to the piano keys, jumped a little bit too quick, and wasn't able to catch the third key. CruBirdyshaw just couldn't make it to the second dome step. Clarke Alex with the worst run of the tournament, tried to slide, didn't even get to try the first obstacle. ET is a ninja, had pretty good timing on the piano keys, but went a little too early and slipped off the third key. The Dan68 was so close to beating the dome steps, but slipped up at the end. And then Dylan could not reach the grapple, and Mud Puppy couldn't get onto the first step. But with all that, we are now moving on to number 65. This is the veteran zzSOzz. 18th appearance for zzSOzz. In the last tournament, he failed the flying chute. He has failed that obstacle a lot in his career. But my goodness, look at his Spartan. He looks beautiful. What a decorative piece of armor he has there. All right, zzSOzz is on to the curtain slider. It's taking out newcomers and veterans alike. zzSOzz gets it. He misses the grapple, and zzSOzz is out on the curtain slider. This obstacle is taking out everyone, regardless of experience. And look at how close he... Whoa, it looks like he got it. What? Did he hit the button again? zzSOzz clearly hit the ball there. I'm not sure what happened. But after that unfortunate run, we are on to SaneThe Legend, his 24th appearance. The second most experienced competitor in Halo Ninja Warrior. He went out on the crooked wall last tournament. Coming to us from Canada. You know, I'm an American, it's technically an American course, but the two most experienced competitors, Hunter and Sane, one from the UK, one from Canada. I love getting international with it. Sane onto the curtain slider. Can he get the grapple? All right, Sane, can he get the dismount? Yes, he does. Now time for the piano keys. Sane onto the second key. Good timing so far. SaneThe Legend is gonna stay on the fourth one. He makes the dismount. Now it is time for the circle slider. SaneThe Legend, he's gonna go for it. Full momentum. Oh, he stops on the second one. Can he make this jump? It is a very big jump, but it is doable. Sane is gonna back up, and he doesn't get a jump. SaneThe Legend is out on the fourth obstacle of stage 1. I don't know if he meant to take a safe jump on the second ring. He tried to back up as far as he could, and he wasn't able to even get a jump to the third ring. That is a sad way for Sane to go out. Now we're gonna see if another veteran can have any luck. This is Soul Reaper 1025. He failed the flying chute last tournament, just like so many others have. And we're having a bit of a drought right now. We had a couple of clears to wrap up the first half of stage 1, but there's not been a lot of joy since then. We haven't even seen anyone get to the crooked wall since Ump. Soul Reaper is onto the piano keys now. He's got the second. He's onto the third. Soul Reaper catches the fourth, gets right off of it, goes for the dismount. Now it is time for the circle slider. What technique will Soul use? He's gonna go full momentum, it looks like. Yes, he is. And Soul gets through the circle slider. Now onto the crooked wall. He lines it up. He goes for it. And without stopping, Soul Reaper is onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? Yes, he can. This is where he failed last tournament. Soul Reaper goes for it. He jumps. And he jumps too early. Gets a safe jump and too much momentum. Soul Reaper out yet again on the flying chute, and it looked just like last time. Both times he was able to get a jump off the top, but had too much momentum and wasn't able to pull it back. Disappointing exit for Soul there, not learning from his previous mistakes, but still, at least we saw someone get to the flying chute. It's been a while. Now we're on to Spartan Walnut 71. Guess what? He failed the flying chute last tournament. Not sure if you've heard that story before, but now Walnut is on to the dome steps. And he's looking good so far. Walnut is onto the curtain slider. He doesn't stop, goes right forward, gets very high on the wall, and he gets the grapple. Spartan Walnut, very good technique there. on the second obstacle. Now for the piano keys. They're icy, they're slippery, but Walnut is staying on, and he gets through it. Now it is time for the circle slider. Another very tough obstacle. Walnut is gonna go for it, and oh, he has the safe jump on the second one, just like Sane. He's gonna go and use the pole, and Walnut comes up short of the third ring. He got stuck in the same spot Sane did. He tried to use the pole to get momentum. At least he got a jump. It just wasn't quite enough for him to reach the third ring. And Walnut is out on stage 1 again. Now we're gonna move on to FluffyBee, a newcomer. PC gamer here. FluffyBee is on to the dome steps. Making pretty quick work of it. He's got the little chicken legs, almost looks like Hunter. Those chicken legs are going on to the curtain slider. He gets up nice and high, gets a good grapple, and FluffyBee, rocking the needler, is on to the piano keys. He takes his time, waits for the right moment. So far, his timing is excellent on this obstacle. And FluffyBee, very well done on the piano keys. Can he get the circle slider? He's on to the first one. Good momentum to the second. And FluffyBee is on to the crooked wall. He's gonna stop. He's gonna line it up. FluffyBee, he goes for it. He gets very high, but he doesn't get the distance. And FluffyBee, the newcomer, a very good run, but he could not pull off the crooked wall. After that, we had youngfarles, who failed the last step of the dome steps. A Fluffy Lemon couldn't get a jump off the first ring on the circle slider. 3 cube 11,580 slipped off the second step of the dome steps. Carito tried to go for a save jump on the first step, and that didn't work out. And then we had Fat Boy, who might have weighed a little bit too much, couldn't get high enough to reach the grapple. And that brings us on to competitor number 75. This is Crown Ferret 19, also known as Irish. In both of the last 2 tournaments, Irish has gone out on the jump hang kai. In tournament 26, he was actually number 100. He drew that number in the lottery. Had a disappointing exit going out on the jump hang kai. He wanted to get further. He has defeated stage 1 in the past. He would love to do so again today. Irish lines up. He gets the grapple, and he grapples the pole. He doesn't need the ball. He goes for the smaller target and nails it. Now Irish is on to the piano keys. So far, looking good. Irish is through it, and now it is time for the circle slider. Very tough obstacle. Irish is going to go for a different approach here. He's going to take it slow. He's going to use the pole to build momentum, and he keeps the momentum, and Irish is on to the crooked wall. Very nicely done on the circle slider. Can Irish do it? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, my goodness. Okay, he pulls a Snaz. I can't remember which tournament that was, but my lord. Irish is able to do it. He gets through the crooked wall. Now for the warped wall. He's down to 28 seconds left. Not a ton of time. Irish needs to start moving. He's taking a long time setting up for the wall, but he's not getting up it. He's finally up it with 20 seconds left, and he misses a step up. Irish needs to hurry. He jumps. Irish gets a save jump. He gets 2 save jumps, and Irish is through the flying chute, but he's down to 8 seconds left. He's on to the lumberjack climb. 5 seconds. Irish needs to fly, but he's going so slow. Irish is going to run out of time on the last obstacle of stage 1. A bunch of errors down the stretch on this stage slowed him down, and Irish will not be going back to stage 2.
Obviously, that crooked wall is a little wacky. I just didn't get up into my perfect setup spot, and I kind of was pushing for time a little bit. You know, obviously, time-wise, I look at that and go, oh, that was costly, but the warped wall has been so tough for me this tournament. This is the hardest warped wall on this course I've ever tried, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm 1 for 1 now in the flying chute, and it's always an honor and privilege to run this course, and can't wait for the next one.
Well, that is 25 straight failures for our competitors here in Tournament 28, which means we are still sitting at 6 clears out of 75 attempts at Stage 1. But now, as the sun has set, we are moving on to competitor number 76. This is Snaz. Now the jump hang kai. He has actually defeated this every tournament it's been. It's Snaz! Oh no! I should not have said that. Snaz is out on the jump hang kai.
Oh my know, whatever. Whatever. I'm good. I don't care.
I think it's safe to say that Snaz was a little disappointed in last tournament's performance, but here he is back for Tournament 28, 22nd appearance, the third most experienced competitor in all of Halo Ninja Warrior. Snaz going at a pretty slow pace through the dome steps, but he gets through it. Now it is time for the curtain slider. He gets the grapple, he hits the ball, Snaz has got the dismount, he is on to the piano keys. No jump hang kai for him in this tournament. The big deal was he had never failed it before. He was one of very few competitors who had actually defeated it every single time the jump hang kai had made an appearance. So for him to fail it, it was pretty crushing for him. But now can he get the circle slider, a very tough obstacle, Snaz with all the momentum, and he is through it. Now the crooked wall. The 8th time we've seen it in tournament, it has taken out nearly 100 competitors. Snaz has failed it in the past, but he gets the landing, and he's got the dismount. Snaz onto the warped wall. He's up and in 1. He still has 32 seconds left. Can he do the flying shoot? He goes for it. Snaz gets a nice save jump, and he goes for the dismount. Snaz is through the flying shoot and onto the lumberjack climb with 20 seconds left. Tons of time for him to not make any mistakes. Please, Snaz, get to the top. One more. He's there, and Snaz is going back to stage 2. 10.7 seconds left. I almost don't recognize this guy. What an outstanding run from Snaz, finally going back to stage 2.
Let's go.
It only took like 15 tournaments. Let's go, baby.
It only took a year and a half.
Hey, so a funny thing I've noticed halfway through my jumping career real quick, wasn't nervous at all, really. But after I'm totally done, now I can feel my heart beating hard. But I couldn't during my run at all.
Well, hopefully Snaz doesn't go into cardiac arrest or anything, but he is our 7th competitor advancing to the 2nd stage. And he breaks the long streak of stage 1 failures we were seeing. Let's see if our next competitor can keep it up. This is Vulcan. And is he going to continue his weird curse? It looks like it. Strafe Helix is going back to stage 2. So just for reference, the last time that Vulcan or Strafe Helix made it to stage 2 on an even number tournament, that was tournament 20. That was, 6 years ago, maybe 5.5. But still, it's been a long time. Vulcan changed his gamer tag. He used to be Vulcan1610, then he was Strafe Helix, now he's back to Vulcan. And right now he is on to the piano keys. Made quick work of the first 2 obstacles. The curse is still active as far as we are concerned. Can Strafe or Vulcan finally get through it? Now he is on to the circle slider. Vulcan is into the 2nd ring. He's got the 3rd ring, and he is on to the crooked wall. Vulcan is not going to stop. He goes right for it. He lands it, and Vulcan is through the crooked wall and onto the warped wall. He's up and in 1. Look at the time, 40 seconds onto the flying shoot. Strafe, he goes for it. He gets a nice save jump, and he sticks the landing. Vulcan is through the flying shoot, making it look easy. Now, is the curse going to come into effect here? I sure hope not. Vulcan is climbing up, and the curse is over. He is to the top, and Vulcan is going to stage 2.
The curse is over.
This curse is over. When was the last time I played that I didn't win the tournament?
Well, there's your proof that he can't hear me.
Oh my.
The last time was in tournament 20, and now 8 tournaments later, Vulcan is finally going to stage 2 in an even number tournament, and he is our 8th competitor through stage 1. And that brings us on to Flameosaurus, the veteran, back for his 14th appearance. In the last tournament, he went out on the flying shoot. He has not defeated stage 1 on Halo Infinite yet. He did clear back in tournament 25, the last Halo 5 tournament. And he's also been hosting his own course, Spartan Ninja Warrior. I know hosting a course gives you some more experience with jumping, so let's see if it pays off here for Flame. Flame, does he get the grapple? Oh, he gets a 2nd grapple, and Flame stays alive. He was in the water. He was up to his waist, and he stays alive.
Oh, that was disgusting.
I can't believe I just saw that. That is not what I thought that obstacle would be capable of. But Flame, with one of the most memorable runs of the tournament already, can he capitalize on that save? He's through the piano keys and onto the circle slider. Flame with the momentum. He's looking good, and Flame is onto the crooked wall. All right, he's gonna line it up. Flame, he goes for it. He gets nice and high. Perfect jump, goes right for the dismount, and Flame is onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? No, he cannot. Doesn't really get a jump there. Flame, second attempt. He's up it. He has plenty of time left. Time for the flying shoot. He jumps into it. Flame goes for it. Too much speed, and he's not able to get a save jump. And despite the incredible save on the curtain slider, Flame is out on stage 1. That brings us on to Avowsthesamurai, getting through the curtain slider in a much less exciting way. But in the last tournament, this guy did defeat stage 1. Can he go back to back? Avows is through the piano keys and onto the circle slider. He gets the first one. Big jump to the second, and he doesn't get a jump off the second ring. Avows with an early exit on stage 1. Well, our next competitor was TNC Noodlez, who had a very similar fate, this time sliding on the second ring, not getting a jump. That circle slider has been doing a lot of damage, but now we are on to another newcomer. This is Smoketanks. Big fan of the show. I guess he's a fan of both me and GoTanks. If me and GoTanks had a child, yeah, never mind, I won't get into that here. Smoketanks, a very slow pace so far on the dome steps, but he is going to get through it. Not every newcomer can say that this tournament. Now he is lining up for the curtain slider. He goes, he gets very high. He does get the grapple, but he cannot grapple the ball. Smoketanks out on stage 1. Now we are on to another veteran. This is Petrillo Fam 4. In the last tournament, he went out on the crooked wall. This veteran has been such an incredible jumper on so many different courses. He has made a lot of final stages in his career. However, he has not made one on Halo Ninja Warrior. Let's see if he could change that in Tournament 28. Petrillo is through the curtain slider and onto the piano keys. Rocking the pink armor, looking good as always. Petrillo with a good pace on the piano keys, and he is through it. Now it is time for the circle slider. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran, a newcomer, who you are. A lot of people have been struggling on this obstacle. Petrillo Fam, he goes for the second one. He's got the third, and he is on to the crooked wall. All right, time for revenge. Petrillo, he goes for it. He gets a great jump, and he gets a great dismount. Now for the warped wall. Petrillo not up it in 1, but he has a ton of time on the clock. Not up it in 2. Petrillo still has a little time to work with, but he's gonna need to get up it soon. Petrillo is finally up the warped wall. This is why it pays to go fast. Give yourself a little warped wall insurance. Petrillo has got the flying shoot. Can he make the dismount? Yes, he can. He is on to the lumberjack climb. This would be his first Halo Infinite Stage 1 clear if he can get up these pegs. Petrillo taking his time. He's down to less than 10 seconds. He misses the last jump, but he gets to the top, and Petrillo Fam is moving on to Stage 2 for the 6th time in his 9-appearance career. It's a pretty outstanding career that he has had, and that makes it 9 competitors who are moving on to Stage 2 so far. Well, let's take a quick snap back to reality. Princess 25 goes out on the dome steps. Agent 5 couldn't reach the grapple on the curtain slider. And then we had an incredible grapple from CyborgKD, and look at the save! Man, what a jump right there. Unfortunately, he didn't have those skills on the piano keys. But next up is a competitor with a ton of skill. This is the Spartan Sasuke host and veteran of this course, Rog. In the last tournament, he went out on the flying shoot, but he did defeat Stage 1 on the first Halo Infinite tournament, Tournament 26. Let's see what Rog can do today. Rog once finished in 2nd place on Halo Ninja Warrior back in Tournament 19. Right now, he's on the 2nd obstacle. Rog with a good grapple and a perfect landing. He is on to the piano keys. Rog, good pacing. He's on to the 3rd key. One more. Rog is going to go right for the dismount, and he is on to the circle slider. Can Rog pull it off? Rog with a good first jump, full momentum. He's keeping it going, and Rog takes a safe jump on the third ring. A wise and safe move right there. Now for the crooked wall. He has failed this in the past. He goes very high. He gets a weird slide, but he saves it. And Rog is going to barely make the dismount, but he is onto the warped wall. Up and in one. Now can he get revenge? He failed at last tournament. Rog goes for the flying shoot, gets a big save jump, and he is going to be safe. He's through the flying shoot and onto the lumberjack climb. Rog lines it up. He's failed this in the past too. Don't forget tournament 18. Rog is climbing up. He's so close, and Rog is to the top. And with 8.8 seconds left, Rog is going back to the second stage.
Let's go, Rog.
Only 8.4.
Absolutely beautiful.
Ah, feels good getting back to stage 2.
And it feels good to see Rog back on stage 2. And our competitors are getting back into the winter spirit here as we have a 10 moving on to the second stage. Now we are moving on to weaponmatt. This veteran back for his 14th appearance. He missed tournament 27, but was in tournament 26 when he failed the flying shoot. Remember, this guy wrapped up Halo 5 by making it to the final stage and finishing in first place in tournament 25. The second time that he's finished in first place on the final stage. Third first place finish overall. weaponmatt doesn't get the grapple, and he is out on the second obstacle of stage 1. This competitor with 3 first place finishes. Now he is out on only the second obstacle of stage 1. Let's look at this grapple. He missed it by an inch. Just barely underneath that ball. He tried to go for a second grapple like Flame, but it did not work out. Well, now we're moving on to another legendary competitor. This is Drago is back. In the last tournament, he got a nice safe jump on the flying shoot, but had a little bit too much momentum and couldn't pull it back. But Drago is back, and he is racing through the dome steps. All right, Drago, it is time for the curtain slider. weaponmatt just failed this. Drago is going to get a grapple. He gets it very early, goes straight across, and he's onto the piano keys. Good timing on the first key. He's got the Santa hat. One thing I love to see. Drago is going to be through the piano keys and onto the circle slider. Drago going for full momentum here. And he's gonna make it all the way through. Looked a little sketchy on those last two, but he goes right for the crooked wall. Drago comes up short, and he still cannot get back to stage 2. It's been a long time for Drago. Now we are moving on to Simonneyyy, another H&W The Rock competitor. Simonneyyy has done it for the third tournament in a row with 11 seconds left. Simonneyyy is going back to stage 3. So yeah, she made it to stage 3 in all of the first 3 tournaments of H&W The Rock. She was the only one on stage 3 in tournaments 1 and 2. So she has got the jumping skills. Now let's see how she does on this course. So far, every H&W The Rock competitor has failed the curtain slider. Can Simonneyyy change that? Dnjlly almost got it, but she failed the dismount. She went too far to the left. Simonneyyy goes for it. She does get the grapple. She gets the ball. She hits her head, and Simonneyyy is out on the curtain slider too. She had it. Look at this. She grappled it perfectly, but hits her head and doesn't make it. These H&W The Rock competitors just finding all sorts of new ways to fail that obstacle. But with that, we are on to the only competitor left from H&W The Rock. MikeDrop almost overshoots it, but he stays on. And one jump left to go. MikeDrop, he goes for it, and he makes it. MikeDrop is going on to stage 4, our first competitor to ever defeat stage 3. MikeDrop was the only one who made it to the final stage in all 4 tournaments of H&W The Rock. So that was a very exciting moment. Honestly, he had failed stage 1 in the first tournament, stage 2 the second tournament, stage 3 in the third tournament, and then stage 4. So he kept getting better. Let's see if it will work out for him in Halo Ninja Warrior, the real one. MikeDrop is through the dome steps. All right, this is where every other The Rock competitor failed. Can MikeDrop pull it off? He goes for it. He gets the grapple. He hits the ball. Can he make the dismount? MikeDrop is through it. Finally, somebody made it through the curtain slider. Oh, he's teleporting. What is happening? I can't even tell what's going on anymore. All right, he's onto the third piano key. That was trippy. But MikeDrop is through the piano keys. Internet connection a little shady here. But MikeDrop is going to go for the circle slider, and he misses the jump. He doesn't get into the first ring. But still, the best run of any competitor from H&W The Rock. Way to go, MikeDrop. And that was also our final newcomer of the tournament. After that, we saw an unfortunate failure from Swantron as he went out on the circle slider, slid on the second ring, tried to save jump it, but had too much momentum. And that brings us on to our 92nd competitor of the tournament, the veteran, on his 12th appearance. But Atlantichamp is to the top, and he is going back to stage 2 with 19.1 seconds left. Atlantichamp, you know, he went to college. People thought he wouldn't be that good at jumping anymore. He's still got the skills. He might not have as much time to practice as he used to, but he's got the skills. He's been to stage 2 in both of the Halo Infinite tournaments so far. And this is a competitor who once, as a newcomer, failed the first obstacle of stage 1 and then eventually finished in first place. That happened in tournament 24. It's one of the best stories that we've ever had on this course. And right now, Atlantichamp making quick work of the first 2 obstacles, and he is on the piano keys, making this look easy as well. Now it is time for the circle slider. Atlantichamp is going to get a big run up. He's going to go full momentum. Atlantichamp, he's got the third ring, makes it look buttery. And it's time for the crooked wall. He doesn't waste any time. He goes right for it. Atlantichamp doesn't get a jump. He landed on the pole, but couldn't get the dismount. Look at this. He had it. He just mistimed his jump. He might have waited too long and lost his traction with the pole. And because of that, he is out on stage 1 for his first time on Infinite.
No! I get a jump. That's so stupid. I hate this. I hate that fucking obstacle. Oh, I thought he had it. I don't know why I didn't get a jump, but it wasn't lag. But I don't know why I hit the A button. I hate Infinite for that, dude. Because I should have gotten a jump. I don't know why I didn't get a jump.
Probably too high on the warped wall.
No, that's not the problem. I wasn't on the damn warped wall.
Bit of an awkward misunderstanding there. That is a shame for Atlantichamp. But that brings us on to the Xbox One All-Star, Gotenks. And he's not going to beat the Klaxon, but he is going to beat the stage on his 20th appearance. That is amazing from the Xbox One All-Star. Gotenks, another one of the few competitors who has defeated stage 1 on both of the first 2 Halo Infinite tournaments. That tournament 26 run was insane. If you don't remember, we had to do a replay review just to see if he actually cleared within the time limit, and he did. Gotenks now on to the curtain slider. He gets a nice high grapple, and Gotenks is through onto the piano keys. He has not really been a fast competitor in the latter half of his career. He had some pretty fast times early on, but man, he likes to take his time now. But as long as he can get through the stage, that is all that matters. Gotenks with an awkward jump off the first ring, but it doesn't faze him. He gets through, and he is onto the crooked wall. He failed this in the past. Right now, he gets a nice high jump, and he goes for the dismount. Gotenks is onto the warped wall. And he's up and in 1. He has tons of time left. Now for the flying shoot. Gotenks gets a jump. Good timing. He gets a safe jump. Gotenks fails the flying shoot. He had a great save jump. I don't know what went wrong there. He just misjudged it. Look at this. He didn't have too much speed. Everything was perfect. He just missed it. He had the save jump, and he went too far back to the right, overcompensated, and failed.
Oh, man. No, you don't understand.
I had it.
He had it in his save
think I
jump.
overcorrected or something.
You were looking, so you had so much time, too.
I know.
You were cooking.
I'm glad.
You know, I don't even want to ask this, but it's been a long time since me and Tanks cleared in the same tournament. That's fucking upsetting.
That would be tournament 19 was the last time we saw them together on stage 2. Now we're moving on to Patty Freakin, the veteran. 15th appearance. He's done well on Infinite. flying up it. He makes one mistake at the very end, but an easy recovery, and with 20.5 seconds left, Patty Freakin is a 2 for 2 on stage 1 here on Halo Infinite. Patty Freakin, you know, PC being able to play Halo Infinite made a big change for this guy's career. In Tournament 26, he finished in 3rd place, which is the highest finishing position of his career. Let's see how he does today. Right now, he is getting through the curtain slider with no issues. Time for the piano keys. Patty Freakin, being able to play on the PC has rejuvenated his career. He was struggling on Halo 5, wasn't putting in the practice, didn't like having to go back to the console, but now he can stay right at home with his controller plugged into a PC, but now he is stuck on the second ring. Oh my goodness, look at that turn. Patty Freakin gets through the circle slider, and now he is onto the crooked wall. Patty is gonna go for it. He comes up short. Patty Freakin fails stage 1 on Infinite for his first time, and it is the crooked wall that takes him out. He beat it in the last tournament, but this time he just comes up short, and that is a shame, a terrible way to see Patty Freakin go out on stage 1. The crooked wall, though, always a dangerous obstacle. 7 competitors have failed it so far. But that will bring us on to Spenny37, his 21st appearance. He had a very special moment in the last tournament. 20th appearance. Nobody has cleared on their 20th appearance before. Can Spenny be the first? He's climbing up. And with 20 seconds left, he's at the top. And Spenny37 is moving on to stage 2. I'm so glad that Spenny37 has been having success here on Halo Infinite. He had a very rough patch on Halo 5 where he had 6 straight stage 1 failures. But then he bounced back with back-to-back stage 3 appearances in tournaments 23 and 24. And now let's see if he can go 3 in a row on Halo Infinite. Spenny going for the curtain slider. Very clean on the second obstacle. Now it is time for the piano keys. Spenny onto the second. He's got the third. And the fourth. Spenny is through the third obstacle. Now it is time for the circle slider. Spenny jumps into the first one. Full momentum to the second. He keeps the momentum going, and Spenny is on to the crooked wall. He is not going to stop. He goes right for it. He sticks the pole, and he destroys the dismount. Very well done, Spenny. He is up the warped wall in 1. Can he do the flying chute? Spenny goes for it. He jumps, and a beautiful save jump. Spenny37 is on to the lumberjack climb. Can he go 3 in a row? He's on to the second peg, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the 6th, and Spenny37 is going back to stage 2 for the 3rd tournament in a row. 16.3 seconds left. That is a great run from the New Zealander, and he is off to an incredible start here on Halo Infinite. I love to see it, and we have 11 competitors advancing to the 2nd stage. Now we're moving on to a competitor who did great in the last tournament. This is TrickyCyrus. He made it to the pyramid scheme on stage 3, but he was actually the first competitor to defeat the ultra crazy cliffhanger on Halo Infinite. He also finished in 2nd place, so big shout out to Tricky for that. Now he is through the first obstacle of stage 1. Going onto the curtain slider, he gets it. And he is going to grapple across. TrickyCyrus onto the piano keys. He's gonna crouch. He's crouching on the keys, staying low to the ground. All right, TrickyCyrus makes quick work of the piano keys. I guess as quick of work as you can make of that obstacle. But can he do the circle slider? TrickyCyrus with great momentum, and he is on to the crooked wall. TrickyCyrus lines it up. He goes for it, and he gets a nice landing with a save jump on the pole, and the dismount is no problem for TrickyCyrus. All right, he doesn't get up the warped wall in 1, but he gets up it in 2. Barely any run-up for Tricky. And the flying chute. Can he do it? TrickyCyrus, he gets a good save jump. Make it 2 save jumps, and TrickyCyrus is through the flying chute. He is on to the lumberjack climb. And with 20 seconds left, he has tons of time! But TrickyCyrus fails the second peg! That is a shocking failure for TrickyCyrus! What an absolute mistake!
One of your time now.
Oh my
No!
Ah.
Hold a B from 18. Oh no.
That is a horrible way for TrickyCyrus to end his tournament, especially after what happened in Tournament 27. But speaking of Tournament 27, this is the guy to watch. Next up is last tournament's first place finisher, Joey Davis. Joey began his career in Tournament 22, failing the first obstacle of Stage 1. Ever since then, Joey has dominated the course, reaching Stage 3 in 4 of the last 5 tournaments. On Halo Infinite, he is the only competitor who has made it to Stage 3 both times, and in the last tournament, he was one of 3 who defeated the Ultra Crazy Cliffhanger. While the other 2 competitors failed the Pyramid Scheme, which Joey failed in Tournament 24, Joey managed to get all the way to the final obstacle of Stage 3, the Rapid Repulse. Now, let's see how Joey will follow up his best performance on this course. Joey Davis. This guy failed the first obstacle of Stage 1 as a newcomer and has not failed Stage 1 since. You love to see it. But last tournament was quite special for this guy. He's a very fast competitor, so we'll see the result of this run pretty quickly. If I can predict the future. Trials of JD. Going across the piano keys right now. He's on to the 4th one, and he is through it. Now it is time for the circle slider. I'm going to imagine he's going to go full send right here. All the momentum, Joey Davis. Oh yeah, he makes it look easy. Now it is time for the crooked wall. Joey does not hesitate. He goes right for it, nails the dismount, and he is on to the warped wall. Up it with 44 seconds left. So much time for Joey Davis. He is going to get a nice jump, a big save jump, and Joey Davis is through the flying chute yet again. And he is on to the lumberjack climb. He is so reliable on this course right now. Look at him go. Joey Davis is to the top, and with 25.2 seconds left.
All right, well done,
nice
Joey.
one, Joey.
Good job, Joey. Yay.
The fastest time of the tournament so far. That should not be a surprise. Joey Davis is our 12th competitor who will be advancing to the second stage. And with that, we are down to 3 more competitors. Next up, we have FreeMMODirec, the top PC player. FreeMMODirec, not the fastest time, but it was a very fast time. 29.3 seconds left. It's awesome to see the PC players have some success. FreeMMO is the best example of that. Made it deep into Stage 2 as a newcomer, got to Stage 3 on his second appearance, and he had been waiting a long time to compete on Halo Ninja Warrior. Now he is on the curtain slider. Gets a beautiful grapple. He made that look so smooth. I'm not sure how he did that. FreeMMO onto the piano keys. It's funny, I feel like Kyle Shanbag went for the fast technique, and all these speed demons, they're not going for it. But still, racing through the stage right now is FreeMMO. He is on to the circle slider, and he's able to go full momentum. He has gotten through it, and he is on to the crooked wall. Goes for a quick lineup. He jumps, and he's got the dismount. FreeMMO with about the same amount of time that Joey had left. He's up the warped wall. Now for the flying chute. FreeMMO. Oh, look at that. A beautiful stick. He didn't even need that save jump. FreeMMODirec is on to the lumberjack climb, and slowing down a little bit here, but FreeMMO gets to the top, and 25.3 seconds left. He beats Joey by 1/10 of a second. And for the 3rd time in his career, he stays perfect on Stage 1. 3 for 3, making it to Stage 2. FreeMMODirec is now our 13th competitor, advancing to the second stage. And just like that, we are down to our second to last competitor on Stage 1. This is a run you don't want to miss. Returning for his 28th straight appearance is Hunter Unit 751. This two-time All-Star is known for hosting Ninja Warrior of Halo, and he has established a legacy of jumping excellence. After clearing Stage 1 in all of the first 19 tournaments, which included 2 final stage appearances, Hunter was considered one of, if not the greatest competitor of all time on Halo Ninja Warrior. After a strong finish to Halo 5, which included 4 straight Stage 3 appearances, Hunter hoped for a good start to Halo Infinite. Unfortunately, he could not get past the flying chute on Stage 1 in Tournament 26, but in the last tournament, Hunter got his revenge, eventually failing the double pinch on Stage 2. Now it is time to see if Hunter can start to build a new streak on Halo Infinite. The host of Ninja Warrior of Halo is off for his 28th time on this course. The only competitor with perfect attendance. And look at them chicken legs. And that skirt. Hunter with some questionable fashion design in Halo Infinite, but as long as it works, I'm not gonna complain. Hunter has got the grapple. He is through the curtain slider and onto the piano keys. Hunter has seen just about every single obstacle that this course has had to offer. And he handles a new one, no issues there. Hunter onto the circle slider. He hesitates a little bit. Now he's going for full momentum. He has to take a save jump on the second ring. This is dangerous. Hunter is going to line up with the pole. He runs into it. And Hunter, oh, he gets away with it. Thank goodness. That was a little scary right there. But Hunter is onto the crooked wall. He's going to go up it. He's failed it in the past, but he does not fail it today. Now for the warped wall. Hunter is up it in 1. He's got 30 seconds left onto the flying chute. This is where he failed 2 tournaments ago, but Hunter is gonna get a save jump, and a crazy save jump at that. Hunter is through the flying chute, and now he is on to the lumberjack climb. With 15 seconds left, he has enough time. He's climbing up. Hunter Unit 751 is to the top, and he is going back to Stage 2 for the second time on Halo Infinite.
25 and counting. It's a Christmas miracle. Who sounded like Gary?
I tried to do what I could.
I want to quickly dedicate this 25th clear to my mom because it's Mother's Day, and I guess without Mama Unit, I wouldn't have all these clears. So
It's Mother's Day.
This one's for Mom.
Huh?
Yeah, this is definitely gonna confuse the viewers in terms of dates, but Hunter Unit 751 is the 14th competitor to advance to the second stage in Tournament 28. And we are down to one last runner.
Come on, Fireball.
Oh, Fireball.
This tournament's Mr. 100 is the reigning grand champion, Fireball. Fireball began his career in Tournament 12, where he reached Stage 3, becoming the 6th and most recent newcomer to defeat Stage 2. After failing Stage 1's brace slider on his second appearance, Fireball went on an incredible run that included a total victory in Tournament 20, another final stage appearance in Tournament 25, a streak of 9 straight Stage 3 appearances, and 13 straight Stage 1 clears. Unfortunately, his Stage 1 clear streak came to an end in the last tournament when Fireball came up short on the crooked wall. Now we will see if Fireball can bounce back from his first Stage 1 failure since Tournament 13. This is a true test of a jumper's fortitude and resilience. How do you bounce back from a soul-crushing defeat? Fireball off on the dome steps right now. He wants to prove that last tournament was a one-off and that he is not deteriorating in terms of jump skill. He is through the curtain slider. Now, I would never think that Fireball is on the downward slope. He is way too talented for that to be the case. Regardless, though, he's got to put together a good run here. Fireball is on to the circle slider. He gets the first one. He makes it to the second. Full momentum to the third, and he is on to the crooked wall. This is it. This is where he failed in the last tournament. Fireball is going to go for it, and this time, he destroys it. One smooth motion. He's up the warped wall in 1. Fireball is flying right now. He jumps into the flying chute, and look at that. He basically sticks it, gets the same jump anyway, and Fireball is onto the lumberjack climb with so much time left. He's climbing up. He's making it look easy. Fireball misses the last jump. Oh, that might have been the fastest time if he got that. 24.7 seconds left. He's back.
You could knock me down. But
Oh my god, this is insane.
You suck.
Let's go,
I hate.
It did not take long. Wow, what a jump right there. It did not take long for Fireball to bounce back from Tournament 27. He made that course look very easy, and that is why he is the reigning grand champion on this course. And for the first time on Infinite, the 100th competitor actually beat Stage 1. With 15 Stage 1 clears, Tournament 28 is now tied with Tournament 23 for the second highest number of Stage 1 clears in the tournament. Tournament 24 still has the record with 21 clears. The 15 who are moving on to Stage 2 are Bray Wyatt, The Worker of Meme, Disappoint, Sunnyside Splash, Eternal Flame, Ump, Snaz, Vulcan, Petrillo Fam, Rog, Spenny37, Joey Davis, FreeMMODirec, Hunter Unit 751, and Fireball. In the next episode, those 15 will take on Stage 2, where speed and precision matter more than ever. From there, we will see if anyone can reach the third or even the final stage. In order to take your shot at Halo Ninja Warrior, message myself, Smokey Massacre, on Xbox Live or Discord, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank you all for watching this episode, and I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.